Hi, my name is Kim Sather, and I am program manager of the Compass Center. And I started here in 1998 to design Hammond House, which is women's overnight shelter. We are located between the market and Macy's, and we serve 40 women on a nightly basis. We started out as a pilot project with 25 women and then grew to serve 40. We provide an evening meal and a breakfast in the morning. We like to say we have a catered dinner and a continental breakfast. And women can stay here as long as they need to. So that means that women might be here a couple of days, women might be here a couple of months, women might be here a couple of years. We have some women who have actually been here since the inception of Hammond House. And our philosophy is that we don't really know where we join women on their journey. We are just honored to walk side by side with them and provide them with the information and support they need to choose their own path and to be successful at it. The way that we have the program set up allows women not only to succeed, but to fail in a way that is safe, without judgment and without consequences such as losing their place to stay. Because we are based on behavior and a harm reduction model, that means that women can come to the shelter intoxicated or under the influence of drugs. What we do ask is that they have behavior that is not disruptive to community. And we decided to design Hammond House in that fashion so that women would be safe. Our first priority is safety. We figure that a woman who is on drugs or under the influence of alcohol is safer inside in the shelter with people who care about her than she is under the viaduct or in the park or anywhere else. So that's how we decided that Hammond House would be the harm reduction model. We have the good fortune to have inexpensive rent due to the kindness of Ken Al-Hadaf, who has leased us this space for a nominal fee for the past almost 10 years, so for 9 years. Each woman who stays here has the same bed for as long as she continues to come back. She also has a locker to put all of her stuff in, so she doesn't need to carry that around with her each day. We provide everything that a woman needs as far as hygiene and as far as her linens and all of those things go. We are faced with some of the same challenges that all overnight shelter is faced with right now. We have in the past contract season become what's called enhanced shelter, which means that we have a housing outcome. The good news is Hammond House has always had that piece, so it was not a big stretch for us. And we have had the good fortune to house about 45 women every year since we opened, which is a pretty good success rate. At the Compass Center, we also have a continuum of housing, so we are able to move women from Hammond House to Compass Cascade and then into appropriate permanent housing within the community. So that has been some of the key to our success and the success of the women who stay here. 7:30 in the morning, and I can tell you a little bit about a typical day. Women come in, the first thing we do is serve dinner, and then women, because they've had a very long day, often go to watch TV. They may spend some time in the community space. They may just go back to their beds in the dorm, which is separate space. So it's kind of like the day programs might be the living room, and Hammond House might be the bedroom for the women that we see. Women from Hammond spend their time a lot of different ways during the day. Many of our women go to Mary's Place, which is a daytime program. Many of our women go to YWCA Angeline's, which is another daytime program. Many of our women spend their time at the Bond bathroom. Well, I guess it's the Macy's bathroom now, which is a very popular daytime program. So women are all over the place, and I think the thing that most folks forget is that the number one job of women who are homeless is to remain invisible, so as not to become victims of just about anything. So women that you see on the street, you may think, well, that woman looks a lot like my aunt, like my grandmother, like my youngest daughter, because if you came into Hammond House, you would see the crowd of women that are here and certainly think that. There are, of course, some of the stereotypical bag lady looking women, but generally speaking, they look a lot like my age group, the boomers, because that's who the women in Hammond House are. They do range in age, of course, from 18. The oldest woman that we had here was 84. And as I like to say, I just don't think that's what she planned for her golden years, was to live in a basement in downtown Seattle and be 18 inches away from her neighbor. We do the best we can, and we count on the women here and their sense of community and their sense of who they are and who their neighbors are to make this a place that women are proud to come to, make this a place that is part of their journey while they're on their way to someplace else that they might prefer. But again, it's always due to the women. Staff sure sets the tone, but there are 4 of us and 40 of them. So I give all the credit to the women who come here. I cannot imagine really what it would be like to keep all of my stuff in a 3x3 storage bin, to have to be out of somewhere at 7:30 in the morning and not to be able to go back and pick up my sunglasses that I forgot till 6 o'clock at night. When people say, well, shelter is free, shelter is far from free. It is a really high human cost. And I think that just the hours of sleep that are lost, just the sleep deprivation, and you don't get to pick your dinner, you get to have what comes. And those are in the best of circumstances. Not every place offers all the things that we offer, but every place offers safety from the street. And as we as a caring society, and I use that in quotations, still let this be okay, we will continue to operate Hammond House until women have another place to be.